All right, so I want to go over this article that Clownfish TV found. They did a video on this topic about how Funimation still lost, even though Vic lost. Like everybody lost, basically, was the theme of their video. It's a very good video. I'll link it in the description if you want to go watch it. They're a good channel, and they've been growing really good. They have like the nice little podcast format. It's very nice, which is why they're growing so fast. But anyway, so one thing they pointed out, and the article points out, is how hypocritical Funimation has been in all of this. So if you search Funimation, you find judge dismisses all claims from CBR. Where's the CBR article, by the way, on the audio leaks? There is none. It's really funny how the media has treated this like one outweighs the other. It's very interesting, and it really does show, where all these people stand, especially with the stuff with Stephanie Nadolny, how, her stuff, her situation, that doesn't seem to matter. Vic's stuff outweighs her, which is interesting. Chris Sabat's stuff, he can just make a quick little statement, and that's all good. Good enough for me. We'll just go ahead and lift the rug up. We're going to sweep everything under there and just move on about our day. As far as making any statements on Funimation Twitter, we're not going to do that. We have nothing to say. Okay? Pretty hypocritical, but all right. So you can see here, though, the media, they still haven't talked about it at all. And I don't think they're going to. And I think that they have successfully pushed it under the rug, and they're going to leave it there. However, we do know that Toei knows about it. So people are over on Twitter pointing out how some of their videos where they've covered those audio leaks and made some funny memes where they insert the audio into some footage of, Dragon Ball Z footage, are getting taken down by Toei. So check this out. Somebody posted this, and this came from a decent sized channel, how their video was blocked. I got the top part of it cut off because of the title of the video, which says Goku calls Gohan a bundle of sticks. I'm not going to show that on there because, well, you know how YouTube is. But I want to point out, YouTube didn't take the video down despite the title. It was Toei Animation that took it down, which is their right. It's a 17-second clip of, Dragon Ball content. However, they don't do it for other videos. There's a lot of Dragon Ball YouTubers that use Dragon Ball footage. So, they'll let it go for that. They're taking it down because they don't want these audio leaks up there. Now, I don't think that they can do it. If you just had the voice clips up there, I don't think that they can do that. But because the footage is there, they can take it down. So if any of you have these clips up there, make sure people know, hey, you might want to watch out. Tag people if they have, animated footage. They might want to know that because it looks like Toei is looking for that because they don't want it up there. And I had been told that Toei has been talking with Funimation about this quietly. So they do know about this. I mean, we already had the Japanese voice actor come out and say, I'm going to make sure that this info gets to Toei. So they do 100% know, and I think that they're going to start looking for these because they want this stuff down. It's the 30th anniversary for Dragon Ball Z right now. I was just in Walmart the other day, and they actually reissued the orange bricks. The packaging looks a lot nicer than it did before. It's the same crap quality, but it's they're pushing this. They don't want the brand damaged. So just let people know. I wanted to point this out real quick. Now, this Columbia Chronicle article. This is a really interesting piece because this isn't even like a big news site. This is a freaking college website doing something real. Now, I want to point out that it comes off as very neutral, and I'm sure probably sides with the people against Vic. And that's what makes this really interesting because they're doing something that no one else is doing and calling out how hypocritical Funimation is. So I also will link this in the description if you want to check it out. I think it's worth taking a look at. But they make some very good points in here that I think are worth talking about. So right away, they start talking about how Funimation has not addressed this and the nature of the leaks themselves and how, this is something that they would normally probably want to talk about. There's a really good meme right here. Funimation audio leak backlash, and they just slap something over it, no comment. That's what they said in the IGN article. They weren't sure, about the how authentic the leaks are. So they have no comment at the time. But they had a lot of comments about Vic Mignogna, didn't they? They had a lot to say. Well, at least 2 tweets. But they didn't address this. So, like they're going to point out, one outweighs the other then? I think it was a good point. So they said, in response to the audio file leaks, the hashtag FunnyLeaks and hashtag FunimationExposed were trending on Twitter August 30th. According to Imagine Games Network, or IGN, a video game and entertainment media site, the voice clips were originally released during a YouTube live stream by Nick Rekieta, a Minnesota lawyer and owner of Rekieta Law. And I like that IGN did give a source out for that. Usually when websites cover stuff like this, they won't actually link the channel. They won't leak the video. They just ignore that because they don't want to give the channel traction. That's kind of the thing. They don't want to do that. They usually don't want you to be able to go and see, okay, here's the video itself. Here's the entire context. No, they want to, lie about it and move on. That's been a standard thing that a lot of these websites have done. You can point to Vox and stuff like that. So they go on to say, however, this isn't the first time Funimation was in the news for inappropriate behavior from one of its voice actors. Vic Mignogna, a former Funimation voice actor, was fired because of misconduct back in February. Funimation's Twitter responses are hypocritical as they have not responded to the voice actors in question the same way they did with Mignogna, which is a great point that not even the IGN article said that. This is the first time any news article that's even bothered to touch on this has said that. And that's why I really liked this, because we live in the world of call-out culture, and no one is calling this out. I mean, they will dig stuff up on you from 20 years ago. And they will say, oh, look at what this person did. They ain't changed. They're the same person. But it's okay in this instance. Funimation, they just get a clean ticket. You're good to go, man. There's a little civil infraction. Just pay a little fine. Good to go. And then they make another really good point here that I haven't seen in any of these news articles. By not speaking on the issue and being as transparent as they were with the Mignogna stuff, it gives the impression that one wrong outweighs the other. And that is such a beautiful point that no one else has made in anything. The IGN one, I'll give them credit that they covered it. Them and I think comicbook.com were the biggest two. You had a lot of other sites that covered it. Bounding in Comics picked it up eventually as well. None of the other mainstream sites picked it up. None of them talked about it. And Anime News Network, which is supposed to be the internet's most trusted anime news source, they talked about it in a Vic article, and they buried it. They buried it like halfway down. And they didn't even really talk. Well, they did talk about Stephanie Nadolny, but, nothing else. There's been no articles on that whatsoever. They've swept it under the rug. And I've been talking to somebody, and we speculate that Funimation maybe has given them a large donation of some kind, because if you remember, it wasn't that long ago, ANN was begging for money. They had big banners right here at the top of their website saying, we need help. We can't afford to run things anymore. That's gone. That's been gone. Maybe they got donations from people. I don't know. I can't say that for sure, that Funimation did that, but it's suspicious. It really is. Why wouldn't they cover it? And, like I said in my videos on it, I really don't find anything wrong with the clips. I think all of them are actually really funny, especially when people put them up in memes and made funny memes out of them. I thought they were hilarious. But it really does point out hypocrisy. And they say that again in this article. These clips may not have been created maliciously. They could have been from years ago, but this lack of response reveals that inappropriate language said in-house isn't as severe an issue to address as inappropriate actions outside of Funimation's walls. Because there has been no further statement from Funimation, people can only speculate whether internal investigations will be conducted. What a great point. We have no idea. And you know what? As soon as they're done talking with Sony and Toei, and maybe they already are, maybe they assured them no one's going to pick it up. And they moved on. I don't think we're going to hear about it again. I don't think any websites are going to pick it up or talk about it. We would have seen something by now. It's August. It's September 9th. You know, I think all that's happened, at the end of August. We're not going to see anybody talk about it. It's pretty much under the rug. This will be the last time I talk about it. I wanted to talk about it because I really like this article, and it's funny that it comes from a college a college website. Does better journalism than any of the big sites. This is a really good article, so I'll link it. Go take a look at it if you want. But that looks like it. Looks like that's it. Toei and Sony are just going to sweep it under the rug. No one's going to talk about it, and the biasness continues. Anyway, like and subscribe. Share the video. Maybe we can still put some pressure on them. So share the video. Get the word out there. Check out the links in the description, particularly to my Twitch, Yellowflash Comics. And that is it. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.